Bought another camera. I know, nothing new, but man, is it nice. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for being patient with me on making these videos. I promise I am putting them out as fast as I can. Um, but, clients have deadlines and YouTube doesn't, so I'm doing my best to keep up with everything. So, anyways, hopefully you like that intro. Um, it took me a while to get through footage because I also shot real Super 8. That is not an overlay, that is not edited, that's the actual Super 8 Kodak Vision 350D. So, yeah, it took a while for that to get back, which also played into this video finally getting made. But it was going to be a first impressions video of the C70. But when I shot that, I loved it so much. Like I don't know, the files, everything was so nice that I just had to buy it. Like, so this is mine, and the one that I shot that with was my friend's. Thanks, Mitch, by the way. He also has a C70. Pretty much all my friends had it. And I've always shot with hybrid cameras. And so I never really understood the hype around a cinema camera because I'm like, my hybrid camera does photos and does all that. So I thought, until I finally got to play with one, and then I very quickly ate all my words. Like, the image that comes out of this is what I've come to find out what cinema people rave about. Like, my R3 does great. It's great in low light. All the other cameras that I've messed with before, the R5, the A7S III, like, they all have a great image. But until you play with something like, not even just a C70, like an FX6, like a real cinema camera, like, you'll know what I'm talking about. The image is just, it hits different, especially when you're grading it. Like, it just hits different. There's something going on that I don't understand, but I'm here for it. And so let's talk about the few points that I really love about this camera that just easily made me fall in love and just buy it. Like, I couldn't help myself. First thing, we'll kind of bundle these together because they kind of play off of each other. And that is the dynamic range that this has. It's beautiful. Like, 9 times out of 10, if I'm shooting outside with a couple, like, you can kiss that sky goodbye because there ain't no way that C-Log 3 is saving it. S-Log 3 probably, F-Log 2 maybe, but this guaranteed. Especially because I have C-Log 2 in here, which Why the R3 doesn't have that, I don't know. That's a whole nother rant that we can get into, but like I have C-Log 2, which gives me easily 2 stops of extra dynamic range than C-Log 3. And then I have built-in NDs. Yo, if you've never had built-in NDs, you don't know what you're missing out on. And I get it if your budget doesn't allow for like a C70, but if you have a Sony, that means you could have definitely afforded? You can afford a Blackmagic Pro 6K, 6K Pro. Like that has built-in NDs, and dude, it's such a game changer just to not have to worry about bringing like a matte box or a variable ND filter. Like there's no color shift that I can see, and I love color grading, and it's different. It really is different. So dynamic range out of this thing is just, for me, because I love color grading, it just makes it so much easier to dial in the image that I want to see. It just make piece of cake. Number two is this battery. Dude, why is nobody talking about this? Like, okay, the Fuji battery does pretty darn good. I recommend if you're shooting a wedding, if you're shooting on the XH2S, minimum 3 batteries can easily get you through the day of a 10-hour wedding day. R3, 2 to maybe 2.5. If you have an R5, just like 10 batteries minimum. R6, if you're shooting that, probably about 6 batteries will get you through. But this sucker, I was mind blown. This made it 9 hours, 8 hours. Like, what? I ordered the BPA 60 battery, which is literally double the size, because I thought surely the BPA 30 isn't gonna last a full wedding day. I like eating my words. I like when I'm wrong, because that makes my life easier. The fact that I only need 2 batteries can easily run through a full wedding day. Yes, please. I will gladly do that. And this third party battery, I genuinely don't know who makes it, but it was worth it. It was only like 180, 160. I know a lot of people are like, dude, that's expensive for a battery, but to only buy one, that's not bad. And these, I feel like, are gonna last a lot longer. And you can check, you, you can check your freaking battery life just right there. Just click the button. Oh, I got 3 dots. Oh, that's not good enough for you? It tells you exactly down to the minute how much battery life you have left. And I guarantee you, if you're shooting a wedding, you can throw this BPA 60, it will last you the whole day. Easy. Easy. I know it sounds like I'm just ranting and raving, but I have one issue, which I'm understanding that apparently Canon Cinema and Canon, like, photo cameras, the R series, don't really talk to each other, apparently, very much when it comes to autofocus, because this is like shooting on the 6D Mark II in the live view for autofocus. It is a little draggy, it's a little hesitant. I mean, it's confident once it finds something and it will stick to it. But once it loses it, it's like, I don't know where to go. So you have to tap the screen to make sure, no, this is the face I want you to follow. And I don't know, for some reason, it's just my R3 is like way more confident when it comes to video autofocus. It will not hunt. It will find the face and it will stick there. At least in my experience, it's done that. This one will be like, yeah, I see. Oh, wait, where'd they go? And I'm like, they're right freaking there. So for some reason, this autofocus, and it's still good and good enough to go through a wedding day, But my buddy taught me a little trick for button number 8 to push and change it to like autofocus lock. So that way you can click, or not autofocus lock, I think it's AE lock. Anyways, it changes without you having to flip the switch, changes the lens from autofocus to manual focus. Obviously, not on this lens because there's no autofocus, but it was really handy because, like, during the middle of a shot, if you're worried it might like drift off, you can click your button and now you're in manual focus and it will not move until, obviously, unless you move it. And then you can click it again and it swaps back to autofocus and it's still tracking the same person. So there's a lot of little features and stuff that I really love about this camera. Oh, I almost missed one. You get waveforms that don't disappear on you when you hit record. Canon, why is that a thing? My my Fuji doesn't do it. I got a waveform that's floating right here. Audio signals floating right here. Record time that floats up here. Like, none of that stuff goes away, and I still get my peaking and all that stuff. This does it. Why is my R3 just disappear? Like, you don't see your level anymore, and you don't see a histogram. I mean, I might get like a little exposure thing, like how this Fuji has, that has like a little lever that tells you if you're over or underexposed. But that's it. Like, Canon, what the heck? Like, why is that gone when I hit record? But anyways, I'm rambling now. This is my new camera. This is what a lot of the stuff is going to be shot on from here on out, for my professional work. And I just gotta say, if you haven't made a jump over to like cinema cameras, I will say yes, it's expensive, but also it is worth it because the quality and everything that you really need for video is here, which is nice. So until the next video, hopefully you might have seen the little secret nudge, but it's hiding back there. That'll be the next video. Peace.